Could we start, ma'am? Am I audible? Dr. Yamini?
Yes, Dr. Deepu, I can hear.
Yeah. So, could we begin now?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome all the participants, doctors, students for today's webinar series. I welcome our madam, Dr. Yamini Ramesh, to this webinar series. This is the first webinar she's going to take for us in this 2022. We have started this webinar series back in 2018, and still we are now continuing that legacy, and in it's the third year. We are very proud to announce that this program is in collaboration with the Asha Homeopathic Academy, a very beginner-friendly school where we can groom your abilities to cultivate your practice. And this Dr. Vaibhav Jain, also the partner of Dr. Yamini, we are very proud, very happy. We are very happy to associate with them also. So welcome all once again to this series. I welcome Anupriya to introduce the faculty for today.
Thank you, Dr. Deepu, for inviting me, and very good morning, ma'am. So it's my honor to again introduce Dr. Yamini, ma'am. So she's a loving homeopath, and she's so down towards the earth. I'm very close towards her thoughts. She's BHMS, CCAH, FCAH, Mumbai. She's consultant homeopath and founder of Asha Homeo Health Center and Asa Homeopathic Academy, India. Dr. Yamini, practicing since 2008 at Asha Homeo Health Center, Indore. She learned under many legendary gurus like Rajan Shankaran, Dr. Sharkar, and many more. So, and she handled Asha Homeo Academy along with her husband, Dr. Vaibhav Jain, where she teaches regular about advanced methodology to the young building homeopaths. In the academy, she conducts many short-term and long-term courses. Recently, she launched NEEF Foundation course for beginners, especially in homeopathy. She conducts meditations and counseling workshops also. So here I invite again Dr. Yamini, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anupriya and Dr. Deepu, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you so much to IHME and all the participants who have joined today. It's a sheer pleasure for me to come here and share my thoughts or whatever I have learned in my career. It is a great opportunity. Thanks a lot. So can I start?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just a second. I hope my screen is visible. Dr. Deepu, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you so much. And today's topic is understanding lack remedy through cases. So, see, lack remedies is one of my favorite topics. Though reading every remedy and understanding, different remedies is kind of passion to all of us. In fact, all the homeopaths, they love learning about new remedies and using new remedies. But lack remedies are very, very common in practice. And because we all are also mammals, we can relate more with the lack remedies, and they are very profound. You can understand them really, really well because of presence of mammalian brain. This mammalian brain is a very interesting thing, very, very well developed, and I guess highest development is there. That's why they are very complex animals and complex remedies as well, and you can cure a lot of complex chronic diseases with lac remedies. So this becomes a very important group for our practice. We cannot practice without lac remedies, and they are of immense use. So today I'm going to show you some of my cases, short cases, and how lac remedies can be used in practice, some tips about different lac remedies, and how this whole group study actually works. So let's start understanding lac remedies. Okay. So the first question arises that what is the need of this approach, studying the lac group or studying any group? So I always give this examples. If you want to reach somewhere, suppose if you want to reach Delhi from anywhere, from Mumbai or from Kerala or from MP or from Maharashtra or anywhere, and if you don't have guide or if you don't have the map how to reach there, it becomes a little bit, not little bit, a lot of problem, right? Reaching there is a problem if you don't know the map. And if you have the map, like these days we use Google Maps, and Google Maps, with Google Maps you don't have to ask anyone, you don't need directions, because you have every lane and every highway is there on the map, and you just start driving, or start your journey from anywhere, through bus, through train, whatever, because you have Google Map with you. So map is very, very important to reach somewhere. Similarly, in homeopathy, what we know still now is that we use symptoms. So symptoms is also a kind of a map. But what happens is that when we take only symptoms, when we consider only symptoms, what happens is that 2, 3, sometimes 10 remedies look alike, and when you use repertory, the confusion decreases. But still there is this confusion that whether to use Nux vomica or Lyco if someone has gastric problem, or whether to use, say, Pulsatilla or Natramur if the lady is VP and sentimental and sensitive and things like that. So when we use only symptoms, we end up into confusion that which remedy we should go for. But if you have a proper map to reach to the kingdom, sub kingdom, group, then it becomes very, very easy, because then you are very, very sure of the remedy, that okay, I need a remedy from this particular group or from this particular kingdom. Then it becomes, symptoms also help you, kingdom also helps you. So this map actually overall takes you to the right remedy, to the right similar. So that is very, very important. So in homeopathy, we used to use, earlier days, we used to use only symptoms to the as guide of the remedy, without considering the source of the drug. But now it's different, because we have this approach. So basically we are searching a remedy from the ocean without a map. So imagine if you have a map, right? So if you have a guide or a map, your task will become much, much simpler. That's why this approach is very, very useful. Classification of remedies into kingdoms and subkingdoms can help us greatly in understanding the remedies in depth and use them with full confidence. So you become, 200% sure, 300% sure. You are doubly sure of your remedy, that okay, from kingdom point of view, this looks like that. And from symptom point of view, this looks like the remedy. And from repertorial point of view, also the remedy is like quite suitable to the case. So it becomes very, very important. You can use this approach along with the conventional approach or exclusively also, if you have proper symptoms of the kingdom and the group. Just a second. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Okay. So this knowledge can be systematically used in differentiating the remedies by studying their origin. So the basic funda is that you study the origin. In fact, whatever information is available, the source, the kingdom, the subkingdom, the toxicology, this is the best way to study and imbibe materia medica in your system. That if you understand the remedy really well, like our masters used to say that remedies must be like friends of yours. You understand, or you just identify your friends by their footsteps, by their touch, by their the way they talk, the way they sit. And sometimes if you look at your friend from behind also, if you can't see the face, still you would recognize them, because this friend sits like that, or this friend has this specific gesture, or has even with voice. Sometimes your friend would call you from with a new number, and you would still recognize them, that okay, this is Dr. Deepu, or this is Surbhi, or anyone else. So similarly, if you understand all the aspects, the maximum aspects of the remedy, you can identify the remedy from any aspect possible. It's not only that you don't, if you have less symptoms and less physical symptoms, then you won't be able to understand. You will still understand with this approach and with other approaches as well. So this is like systematically arranging different remedies by their origin. And if we know which kingdom we are to choose our remedy from, our task becomes much simpler. So that is the basic underline of understanding the subkingdom. So today we are going to talk about the subkingdom of animal kingdom, which is LAC remedies. So LAC remedies also comes in mammalian remedies, but we are not talking about all the mammal remedies. We are only talking about LAC remedies today. So what is LAC remedy? All the remedies prepared from milk. So LAC means milk, and milk comes from animals. So from different mammals specifically. Because why mammals only? Because mammals have mammae, and milk can be produced only through mammae. That's why it comes from mammals. So they are animal remedies. So a lot of people are confused in which kingdom we would put these remedies. So they are animal remedies as well as sarcodes. And why sarcodes? Because by definition, what is the sarcode? It is the healthy secretion from body, any healthy secretion. So obviously all the milks are healthy secretion and very, very essential for the growth of the organism. So they belong to both the kingdoms, animals and sarcodes, both. Okay. So I will summarize, how to understand LAC remedies at the end. But before that, let's discuss some cases. Okay. So this is the case of a migraine, very, very bad case of a migraine. And it gave me a really tough time to, heal this particular lady. It was a really bad case. So all the cases today I'm sharing with you, 2 or 3 cases. They were really tough cases, and they went to other homeopaths. Even I also failed in, in the second case a lot of times, and then I could actually capture the right remedy and then help the patient. So that's why I'm going to share these cases, because only LAC remedies could have helped so much in such case. So this is a 35-year-old female with chronic migraine. And this lady was in a bad shape when she came to me, and she said this headache lasts for 7 to 8 days. So imagine, even after taking this painkiller medicines, and some antidepressants were also going on, and anti-migraine medicine were going on, and neurologists were also like, nothing is happening, what to do. So they started giving sedatives to this lady, but nothing happened. And this migraine is happening from 5 to 6 years. Earlier it was like little bit tolerable, because it used to happen once in a once in a while, maybe in once in week or once in 15 days. But now it is intolerable. It is actually lasting for 7 8 days. So she said, I take this headset. This is a painkiller and anti-migraine medicine. She said, I take headset on regular basis, almost regularly. Still the headache is happening. Okay, with the headset, the intensity reduces, but pain doesn't stop. Doctor have prescribed me this medicine on SOS basis. So her neurologist said, don't take it regularly. You take whenever the pain happens, because she was already on medicine. She said, I don't want to be dependent on these medicines. I want to get rid of it. But she was totally depressed. She said, I don't know, something will happen or not, but if you can, please help me a little bit. So all the conventional aggravations of migraine, like noise, light, but that was very intense. And then thinking about it, menses aggravates, indigestion, any change in stomach, any change in diet, if anything happens, like if she has acidity, flatulence, anything related to digestion, the headache will start. And talking also aggravates a lot. She said, if someone starts talking to me, if I talk to someone, this will explode. And she said, she has this particular feeling of head would burst out. It was a very, very bad feeling. And she said, I always feel that, especially she was showing the vertex part. She said, my head would burst out. फट जाएगा ऐसा लगता है. So these are the aggravating factors. And she gets amelioration by pressure, by urination, covering the head, that is, wrapping the head with something. And she said, I'm sure, doctor, I will die of it. So she has this presentiment of death, that yes, I'm not going to live with this. When I asked about her nature and other things, this stress area and everything, so I got to know that she's a very shy and timid girl. The husband also confirmed. The husband said she's very submissive. She gets angry, but she doesn't express that. And they have a joint family, so there are a lot of things happening in the family. So she said, I could not talk to anyone openly. I'm very hardworking. I don't fight generally, because I can't. I get angry, but I don't fight with people. And people dominate me easily. My in-laws, mom, brother. So her in-laws and her mother and her brother also dominates her. I just feel I should die, doctor. I cannot take this pain anymore. And she's very family oriented. She said, I can't put my family down. I always listen to them. Even if I don't agree with them, I have to listen to them, because, since childhood, I'm like that. Whatever my parents will say, I will do that. And whatever my husband says, my in-law says. So she is basically a very family oriented person. So this was the case. There were other aspects also, but I'm just telling you the summary. So in total, she is a timid person. Family is very important for her. She is very submissive, kind of, not a very dominating, person. Pressure ameliorates her, wrapping head ameliorates her, noise aggravates, light aggravates, even lying down aggravates. Okay, so I took all these symptoms in repertory. And then I was also thinking, because, in her case, you can clearly see the need for the family, need to be independent. She said, I don't want to be dependent on painkillers. I don't want to be dependent on family, but she's actually dependent. So this dependence issue is there. And the headache is very, very chronic and periodical. It happens almost every week. Earlier it used to happen almost every week, but it would come on the same time, every other day. Nowadays it is happening every other day or every day, in fact. So it's like periodical. So I took chronic, noise aggravates, headache, periodical. And yes, there is some blurred vision, some blindness kind of thing before the headache. That's why I took this: headache, blindness precedes or attend. Then darkness ameliorates, light aggravates, amelioration in the dark room, menses aggravates. During menses, she said particularly that during menses, the headache is very, very bad. And then pressure ameliorates and heart pressure ameliorates. Headache, this is a very good rubric. Headache in stomach complaints. You will get a lot of remedies here because it's not a small rubric, but very interesting one. And this pulsating headache, and this is very interesting symptom. Look at this: head pain, headache, bursting, as if her vertex would fly off. You know what she said? As if it would just burst out. So I got this rubric, and this has, very interestingly, only 9 remedies. Okay. An intolerable, maddening headache. Okay. And what she doesn't like, but she still, is submissive, is domination. She said, everybody dominates me. Everybody comes and tells me that, okay, do it. And I would do it because they are my family. So domination by others aggravates. Sensitive, very sensitive woman, timid, and death desires out of pain. Okay. So these are the major rubrics I took, and look at the remedy. See, and it is so pronounced that LAC defloratum covers everything, almost everything. Only this domination by others aggravates. It doesn't cover in repertory, but we know that. What is the source of LAC defloratum? Can you tell me? Do you know what is the source of LAC defloratum? This is a milk of whom? Anyone? Can you type in the chat box? Yes. Cow. Who agrees? Dog? No, it's not dog. Dog is LAC caninum. Cow's milk. Yes. So, what do we know about the cow? That they are submissive, right? Yes. And easily domesticated. And very, very useful, very hardworking. What she said, I'm very hardworking. I do everything for my family. So I gave LAC defloratum. Okay. And I gave almost like 1 dose every 15 days because she had one dose of 1 mg every 15 days. She had very bad sort of headaches, and only this remedy helped her. So in a longer run, she received other remedies as well from other homeopaths. She received Natramure because, a lot of people used to give her Natramure because she used to look like Natramure. Okay. So submissive, and, there is this salt desire was also there, which I did not take because she had a little bit of low BP. So I thought it could be because of that. So I did not take that. She also received CPR. She also received other remedies, which did not help. And she has received LAC defloratum also from one homeopath, but in very low potency, in 30 potency, which didn't help her. So I gave 1M and LM1 on a regular basis, on a daily basis. So that really helped her. And within 6 months, her headache have reduced by 60 to 65%. And she's free of this tablet headset. And, still her case is going on, but she's much, much better. Okay, so that is how you can think about LAC remedies in your cases. Okay, so let's talk about the second case. This was also a very difficult case. In this case, I was saying that, I'll tell you what I did earlier and then what happened. How this was a very good case for me to learn that, how we can correct our mistakes later. So this is a case of a female, 28 years old, unmarried. She's an NGO worker and accountant by profession. She had chronic depression when she came to me, pain in the arms. So she actually came with, this pain in the arms and depression and asthma. She did not tell me that she had asthma. Later in the follow-up, she told me that, oh, doctor, I had asthma also, and I forgot to tell you, and which got better with the remedy itself. Okay. So this is patient's version, and I want you to read this because this is very, very important to understand, how the remedy evolves in the case. So she said, I don't have interest in anything, because she's obviously the depression case. So this disinterest is there. So she's not interested in anything. She said, I feel like doing nothing. Though I do all the household chores, but I'm not interested to do anything. ऐसे ही बिना इंटरेस्ट के काम करती हूँ. So totally indifferent, but she's still doing because, it has to be done. She said, I have tremendous pain in my arms and hands, and it often happens, very, very often. Like if I take any painkiller medicines which relieves the pain, within 2 to 3 days, it comes back. I'm experiencing this pain since 3 years. So from 3 years, she has these, arm pain, the arms and forearms. So she went to different orthopedic people, and they have also given painkillers and vitamin D and exercises, and physiotherapy also was done, but nothing happened. Every week I have to see the doctor and take the painkillers. There's no way out, doctor. Too much pain. Also, I have a lot of things to do, household things. I have 2 siblings. So she is basically the man of the house. She's taking care of everyone. She has 2 siblings, younger ones, and mom, and she doesn't have the father. She said, my uncle also stay with us. I'm working in an office as an assistant. It's an NGO, and I have a lot of financial worries because my family is dependent on me. I'm the only person earning. We are the middle class people. I'm looking after the whole family. I take care of groceries, clothes, household things, appliances, and whatnot. I manage everything. She said, my mom is a very simple lady. She has never gone to the market. She doesn't know anything about outside world. So my father has expired, and I have to take care of my mom, siblings, one is in college. So that's about me. So I said, okay, tell me about yourself a little bit. She said, boss, I don't feel like doing anything now. I'm doing routine things. That is also a burden for me. And I don't feel connected to anything anymore. There are only, say, 2-3 friends in my life whom I love to talk. I can just talk for hours with them. So she was a kind of a very friendly and talkative person before her father expired, but now because she has a lot of responsibilities and she has to fulfill them, she's doing a job and a lot of things, she's not connected with so many people. Now she has only 2-3 friends. She said, a lot of people are connected with me. She's a very social kind of person. But they call me only for their own jobs. Matlab, if they would call me, they will ask, okay, do it, okay, do that. So she will do it. Okay, so she is in that way, she is very, very helping to other people. But she said, nobody talks to me like a friend. Nobody asks me that, okay, how are you, how are things going on. Only I have 2-3 friends, with them I talk. That's all. And then she said, okay, you ask something that's all about me. I said, okay, tell me about your complaints. She said, I feel depressed. I have no interest in anything. I miss my father, doctor. If he would have been here, I would have been more happier, I feel. Second thing is, in my house, I'm handling many responsibilities, and still people don't understand me. I just don't feel happy from inside. Okay, her family members actually sucks because they give her a lot of things to do, but she's not appreciated. So her feeling was that they don't understand her, and though she's doing a lot of things for family members, but they don't appreciate. So she said, my brother fights with my younger sister. He left school from last 6 months. So when she came to me, the brother actually left the school, and the principal called me and called her and scolded. said why he is not coming to school, what is the problem. And I don't know about it, I don't know where he was going. And then she told me, I forgot to tell you that I have asthma also. And she took some homeopathic medicines for that off and on. And it is better, but whenever it comes, it is an acute violent episode, mostly that happens at night. And someone from my surrounding just gets me into the hospital, takes me into the hospital. And, then they would give me inhalers, then I get better. And this is also happening from last 2-3 years. I had problem in breathing since childhood, but these days I'm going to hospitals every month, I guess. So every month she's, admitted into a hospital, stays there for 2-3 days, and then comes out of it due to this asthma. Then I asked her, what is your experience when these things happen? So she said, I feel used, people use me. I'm not complaining about it. So at the same time, she's saying, I'm not complaining about it, but sometimes I really feel sad that people are so selfish and why they do so. There are two friends of mine who call me without any motive. Otherwise everyone calls me for their work. Second thing is, I'm just a worker, doctor. I'm a worker. For most of people, they call me to get things done and not to talk to me. They don't ask me even how are you. They would just call and say, okay, ye recharge kar dena, please recharge my phone, please pay my bill, I'm not able to go out and things like that. And she would do it. So she is basically a very hardworking and helping person. But inside she's very sad that, oh, everybody is using me. This is also a problem with me. I can't say no. A lot of people tell me that, why do you do this? But I can't say no to anyone. Whole day I do all these things, but inside I feel sad for myself, angry, also angry at times. I feel जैसे लोग हैं मेरा फायदा उठा रहे, they are taking advantage of me. They are, these people, they are so harsh with me. And then she said, दिन भर मेरे से गधा हमाली करते हैं. It's like I am doing a donkey work. मेरे जीने का कोई मतलब नहीं. There is no purpose to live. And I'm like a burden. I'm like a burden for myself and for others. And she wept a lot. So then I asked her that what do you feel when you say you are burdensome, not important, people are harsh with you? This is a hack. Whenever you are taking a case, you should use the same sentences or same words which patients have used. Don't change them. So if you ask the same thing to the patient, they will explain you even better that what does that mean to them. That reduces your confusion and interpretation of the mind symptoms. So here when I asked times, so she said, I really feel that my family is bearing with me because I'm useful. If I'm not useful, if I don't earn, I don't do anything tomorrow, they would just kick me out. That's my status. Same thing I feel with the office and other people, that I'm a burden for them. Why would they tolerate me? They don't even remember me as if I don't exist. They just call me whenever they have work or things like that. So I feel कोई चीज का बोझ जैसे उठाते हैं ना, वैसे ही मेरे को ढो रहे हैं. Because I will be useful to them. So they are just, bearing with me. I feel many times people find me stupid and worthless, and I don't feel appreciated. They feel that I'm stupid, and the same feeling she also has, that, oh, it's true. Sometimes I feel, yes, that is true. I am stupid. I even do these things in office which are not assigned for me. I'm an accountant in my office, but it's an NGO. So I feel, okay, we are helping people. So I do all the things which are not even part of the job. So she told me that, in the office, they have small pantry. So the office people will just tell her that, okay, bring on the cylinder for, for the gas stove. And she would do that. And she said, because I can't say no, I would do such jobs which is not part of my job profile. And nobody appreciates me for that. And people say, okay, you're doing, such tiny jobs, and wo to koi bhi kar sakta, anyone can do that. But I don't argue with people. So this lady is very sad inside, but not that angry. She is not that angry. She's irritated because of the circumstances, but she's very helping. And she said, I am a calm person, but in my mind, inside, I feel these emotions. So, and then she told me, I feel as if I have no strength. She said, I'm doing many things, multitasking, carrying the load of this, running a family, and lot more. So people need me right now. Later, I might lose my strength to do many things. This I have felt often when I fall sick. So whenever I'm in the hospital, I feel, oh, I won't be useful to them. And if that happens, if I'm not able to, do my job, they will just kick me out. They don't need me. So that is her fear, that I will lose my strength slowly, because of this breathing issue, because of pain. And that is disturbing her constantly. And her sister came to me during the consultation. She said, doctor, she is very hardworking, she takes care of everything day and night, she is ready to do anything, for everyone. It's not for only for us. Even if you call her in the middle of the night, she would come and help you. We always tell her not to do such things, but she never listens to us. She would always say, okay, yes, I'll do it. In eating, she's a little stubborn. She doesn't eat if we cook something, which she doesn't eat generally. She's very choosy kind of. But please do something about her problems. We are very worried about her. Okay, so that was the case. So in this case, we didn't have more physical symptoms, except this, the pain in the arms, but more of mind symptoms, because the case was of depression. So what I understood in this case is that this lady is a very hardworking, devoted, family-oriented, girl, who is doing everything for others. But inside, she is very sad. She feels that people are using her. She is not of importance, and if she doesn't do this job, she will be kicked off the house. So she is basically man of her house, and she handles everything with strength, dedication. But the father passed away, and after this, the death of the father, she started falling ill very frequently. But she has taken all the responsibilities. She's doing the job, preparing for the government job, but with lot of health problems. So there is depression, asthma, pain in the arms. All the problems started with the death of the father. Chief complaint is lack of interest in anything, and asthma attacks is there almost every month. Hand and arms are paining too much without cause, because they checked the vitamin D, that was okay. The orthopedic surgeon checked the bones, they were okay. There was no calcium deficiency, nothing. But she was doing a lot of work, driving this, that could be the cause, and maybe this depression. And very communicative person. She's very hardworking, can't say no to anyone, feels she has suffered wrong because people are taking advantage, and there is a lot of silent brooding, but no visible anger. You can't see that anger. Did you see? Could you see any anger? In the whole case, she did not express her anger. She said, okay, I feel angry, but I'm not able to express it. And she avoid conflict. She said, I'm not a kind of a person who would fight or who would even say no, and loves her family. It's not that she's doing for the sake of doing. She loves the family. That's why she's doing everything. Supports the family, very responsible, And she said, when I'm in the hospital, I feel that I'm dependent on them, and my strength I'm losing, and that's why I'm not of use, and I'm dependent now. So feeling of being stupid and bullied in the childhood, and dream also, she told me that I see my friends bullying me in the school, and there is fear of being lonely, delusion she is worthless. She want to establish communication. What she said, I could talk to only 2-3 friends, because nobody talks to me without work, but they talk to me. They would call me, ask me how are you, and things like that, worried about future and family. Okay, and there was some physical symptoms, like there was pain, tenderness in the breast before and after menses. There was sadness, grief. These things were there. Okay, so could you think about any remedy in such in this case? So this is one dream which I got, that people are looking down upon. She has to sit on the ground and others on benches. This was a very particular dream. She said, people are sitting on benches and I am sitting on ground, and the class is going on. Okay, and she's not able to solve the math problem and people are bullying her. This was the dream which I got. Okay, so we know that it is a mammal remedy, because you know the need to be in the group, about family. She's very, very particular about the family. Yeah, and being useful, you know, this is very important theme I feel in all the mammals, and especially the higher mammals. You know, they want to be useful for the world, they want to do something for the world. And imagine she's working in a NGO who's working for others, right? Yes. So someone is saying horse milk. Dr. Mansi is saying lac humanum. Yes, very close. But look at the remedy what I did. So this is an exercise which I do after every case. I write a remedy statement. I really like doing this because, you know, this gives me a lot of clarity about what exactly we need. So I needed a remedy which is very strong. Okay, very strong, because she's carrying a lot of load of her office, of her, you know, family, and doing everything for others, even if she doesn't like it, right? So very strong remedy. Benevolent, lot of benevolence has to be there, able to manage many things, a good manager, carry the load, and feel suffered and somewhat abused also. Okay, and still feel worthless or stupid. So, you know, someone is saying lac can donkey's milk. So yes, some of you are right, it was lac asinum, donkey's milk. So I could, you know, think about only one mammal who feels stupid, looks stupid, you know, people make fun of them, but they carry a lot of load. And they are such submissive mammals, submissive animals, okay, that they are really, really useful to the society. And they are like horses, yes, that these also belong to the Equidae family, but they are more sure-footed than horses. And horses have, you know, a very kind of high self-esteem, but donkeys doesn't have that. So lac asinum is the milk of the donkey, and can you see, you know, they are abused since ages to carry the load. They are workers basically. Okay, they are not used for races, but they are workers in, you know, in odd seasons, situations. They are used a lot. So what she said, I feel I'm used, people use me, and she doesn't say no to that, because she feels that you know, I'm born to do that, I have to do that. So that's why I gave lac asinum 1 m, 1 dose monthly for 2 months, and SL. So after a month, she told me that she is again interested into studies. What was her basic complaint? That she's not interested. She's not taking interest in anything. Okay, so she said my interest in studies have increased. She's quite enjoying the studies for public service sector, because she want to get into the public services. And she said, I want to upgrade the job. And she said, you know, my menses are also on time, which I didn't know were irregular earlier. And she said, you know, the tenderness also reduced. Overall, she was 30-40% better within a month, which is quite good for me. Second follow-up, menses better, appetite better, no asthma attacks. This has happened for first time. She said, you know, for 2 months, I have not visited to the hospital, because every time she, you know, someone has to take her to the hospital, give the inhaler, suppository and whatnot. And then she will be admitted for 2 days, 3 days, and then she would come. And I felt that, you know, more than asthma attack, it was a kind of a panic attack. Okay, when she just lands up into the hospital. So no asthma attack from last 2 months, wheezing, no wheezing. And she said, you know, a little bit of wheezing happened when I ate pani puri in between, but it went off by inhaling the plain water steam and nothing. I told her, you take steam instead of these, you know, the steroid inhalers. She said, okay, I'll try. She said, earlier I used to take those medicinal puffs, but which I'm not taking now. And low feeling, she said, I don't feel depressed anymore. Much better. This was after 3 months. So after 4 months almost, she continued the dose every month for 4 months. And this is after 5 months. Overall, much better. Asthma, not at all. No negative thoughts, no suicidal thoughts, which she had earlier. energy levels much better. And she said, now I'm able to express my anger a little bit. This was a really good sign. And her sister told me, now if someone asks her to do the recharges, to do other things, she's like, she doesn't say no, but she would be angry, okay, and she would express that anger, which was really, she had a lot of suppressed anger inside. Now she's able to express, so it is kind of becoming normal. Studies also going along with the job, and she felt 70% better than before. Okay, so this was a very beautiful case of lac assignment. And what I did earlier, I'll tell you, when I took this case, I thought that she said, I don't have any interest, and she was feeling very dull and dizzy. Earlier, I gave her, for first 15 days, I'm telling you, I gave her lac buffalo's milk, because I thought that it might help her. And buffalo have also the same issues, and there is this laziness and no interest in doing anything, but that did not help me. And her depressive thoughts, suicidal thoughts, and this pain was not going at all. So within 15-20 days, I again retook this case, and reworked, I should say, not retook. I just worked on this case, read it 3-4 times, thought about it, and then I thought that I should give this LAC assignment, which helped her. That's why I told you that you can actually correct yourself even if you give the wrong remedy of the same subkingdom or the family. If because I knew I want a mammal remedy, I just had to think about what other mammals could suit this case. So earlier I gave lac buffalo, which did not help at all, not a 1-2% change. And then I understood that she needed lac assignum, which helped her immediately. Okay, so after 6 months, completely okay, no puff required, mens is normal. And then she told me she used to have headaches often after reading. That also got better. And if you go and read Donkey's Milk, you will have, you will see headaches, that chronic headaches are there. So after 9 months, totally okay with no complaints at all. She was a happy lac assignum then. Okay, so let's understand lac assignum a little bit. So she, it's like in lac assignum, you get this impression of intolerable suffering. This lady was suffering a lot, but still they bear it. Okay, they are numb and annoying. And that is the way of seeking attention from the group, but that doesn't happen. And if they doesn't get that attention and appreciation, both, what she said, people don't appreciate me. Okay, this is passive aggression. Okay, and then they don't value themselves, self-devaluation, not as good as others. That is the feeling of being worthless, useless. Okay, and what she said, when I'm in the hospital, I feel, oh, I'm useless, I'm losing my strength. If I don't do work, what will happen to me? So this fear of future comes from this delusion that they are useless. And that's why they do a lot of work. This lady also, she was doing a lot of things which are, overdoing kind of thing. Okay. And it is not out of responsibility. Understand, this is how you differentiate from Aurum, because Aurum is also very responsible, even all the 6th row remedies. So it's, of course, she was responsible, but it was not out of responsibility. It is out of, this feeling that people won't appreciate me, people leave me, they would kick me out because I'm useless. So that's why she was overdoing. And the second thing is she was benevolent. So she received lac assignum for the feeling of being worthless, stupid, inferior, helpless, forsaken. Okay. And dreams of travel were there. Other symptoms included dreams of snake. So in Donkey's Milk, you will get dreams of snake, suffered wrong, confusion, obedient. They are very, very obedient. Okay. And they are sure-footed. Like I said, they are very, very sure-footed. They travel long distances with heavy loads. So they are very reliable. What her sister said in our case, that, everybody relies on her. Everybody calls her, ye kar dena, wo kar dena, and she will do it. So these are some rubrics of lac assignment. All of my case, but lac cyanum, you can see that, they exert themselves. Imagine food is bad or dirty and unimportant, unimportant work. People feel it is unimportant, but obviously they do it. Abuse, dreams of abuse, dreams arrested, dreams of carousing, dreams of people laughing at them, people protecting them, pursuit of being by police, roads, steep, difficult, slope, seas, upper limbs bending ameliorates, pain muscles flexor. See, so there is a lot of pain in the flexor muscles. Why? Because they are carrying the load, they are doing a lot of things. So that's why this girl also had a lot of pain in the arms. They have a lot of muscular pains in general. You will get a lot of patients will tell you of lac cyanum that yes, I have pain in my arms or somewhere. Pain, see, upper arms hanging down aggravates, morning on aggravates, muscle flexors, biceps morning aggravates, and a lot of such, pain rubrics are there. See, patella, left bending knees, burning in toes, pain in toes, pain night. Okay, so this is lac cyanum. Okay, so these were the cases. I hope you enjoyed. And now let's understand how to reach to the LAC group and about some LAC remedies. So the keywords for mammal remedies or LAC remedies are herd, community. They would talk about community, family, society, caste, clan, friend circle, social animal. We all say we are social animal because we are mammals. So we can't live without the society. That's the fact. So they belong to the group. Group is very, very important for them. So if they are included in the group, that is a must thing for them. And if they are excluded, that's a problem for them. So included or excluded, expelled, because they feel safe in the group. Okay, so these are our beautiful mammals. And the word mammal comes from mamme, and mamme means breasts. So obviously, that's why we have a lot of lacs in the mammals. Need to belong to a group or herd. These are the human expressions. And for belonging to that group, you have a price to pay, right? So you will have to pay that price to be in the group. Similarly, this lady said, if I'm not useful, they would kick me out from the house because I'm just useless for them. So what is this family or this group is very, very important for her. And that's why she is doing everything, to please them, to be in the group, because that is important. Issues of self versus the group, issues of hierarchy, who is above you, who is below you, who is better, who is superior, who is inferior, who is who basically in the group. And strong maternal instinct. You will see a lot of, in every mammal remedy, you will see very, very strong maternal instinct, even if it is a loner mammal, because in even in higher mammals, higher category cats and other mammals, you will see maternal instinct is there because they would also live with their kids and mother. There will be a group, even if it is a group of two. Problems related to menses and lactation, conflict with oneself, self-contempt. They feel worthless. They feel dirty because, they have this animal part as well as their, their other song. So conflict with oneself, self-contempt, history of abuse, playfulness, you will see. So there are two major groups, though there are many kind of, you can make your, for your understanding, you can create your own kind of groups, like, the small mammals, the large mammals, playful mammals, talkative mammals, kind of things. But there are two major groups. One is predator mammals and one is prey mammals. Okay. So in predator mammals, you will see a lot of stealth, alertness, vigilance, speed. They will talk about power, challenge, my strength versus your strength, and face to face. So they would just go and fight in open. So face-to-face challenge, wrestling, pouncing, spring, in like lion, leoninum, and tiger, and mammals like that. Like loxodonta, which is a elephant's milk, and desire for meat will be there. But if you look at prey mammals, the remedies which we discussed today are prey mammals. So they will talk about fear, fright, freezing, hiding, escape. They are very vulnerable and they are very weak to defend themselves. That's why, though they have anger, they are mostly submissive because they are too weak to defend themselves. They would avoid or escape the confrontation. They would surrender, submit, or succumb out of sheer fright. So this is a difference between prey and predator mammals. So you have to look at what are the characteristics of the person and then think about what kind of mammals would actually, or what kind of LAC remedies you would need for such cases. So keywords will be heard: community, society. They will talk about their family, group, community, included, excluded. If someone is, using these words, especially talking about family a lot, their group a lot, group of, friends or anything like that, then you should definitely think about LAC remedy, mammal remedy. Okay. Issues of hierarchy will be there, superior, inferior, supremacy. And there are a lot of subfamilies in mammal group like Suidae, Hippopotamidae, Giraffidae, Cervidae, Bovidae, Canidae, Fallidae. So there's this constant dependence or independence conflict. You have to think about group conformity versus your own freedom. Obviously, if you stay in the group, it gives you safety, it gives you a sense of security. But if you are, if you choose freedom, then you lose that safety and security. So that is a constant conflict going on in the mammalian brain. So we understand why dependence and independence is a major conflict, right? Because it is reflected in their language. They stay in the group and they have constant dilemma between needing the group and compromising their identity, freedom to be part in the group. And dependence on the group can bring the safety, but accompanying this is a requirement to submit to the group. So you have to be submitted to the group with the potential for abuse and loss of autonomy for freedom. If you stay in the group, you get security, but then you must submit to the hierarchy of the group. And if you leave the group, obviously you have a comfort zone. You have a comfort zone that the group has to offer. Some mammals in nature and mammal remedies have this feeling that, do I have the capacity to be on my own? So if you leave the group, you will have freedom, right? But will you be able to survive on your own is a question now. So again, this conflict is going on in the mind. So it's like, especially in Indian context, we understand that living in a joint family have a lot of great benefits, right? And similarly, living in a nuclear family has a lot of freedom. So you have to think about those benefits like safety, security, low maintenance, low, financial burden versus freedom to, to do anything, to wear anything, to come at different timings, etc. So it's like, this conflict of living in a joint family or living with a nuclear family, where you have freedom, but you don't have the safety, right? So it's like autonomy versus security. That is what is the conflict of LAC remedies, basically, just to make you understand. So mammals are like treasure boxes. They need to have groups, it could be a different type of group: vivacious, loud, talkative, expressive, submissive, dominating. And as Kant said, we have to prove all the mammals because milk is the beginning of life. It is used in first year of life. So imagine how useful they could be. Reason one can domesticate a mammal is they can form a bond. They produce babies and they can live in the group. So because they have the potential to live in the group, they will have problems with the same group. So constant need for the group, need to belong. Okay, so cats, bears, whales, the aerial mammals are also there, like bats, they also live in the group. They have at least mother and child relationship. Okay, so need to be liked by the group. Group is hurting them. Group is very important. So basically, group is very important. So these are the major issues of all lack remedies. Who are you in the group? Who dominates you? Who submits to you? Whom you will submit? And your identity. So there will be a lot of identity issues. Okay, and communication will be an issue. Nobody understands me. Nobody talks to me. What the second girl told, that nobody calls me and asks me how are you, because communication is also an issue, because mammals can communicate really well. You share, you talk, uh, um, that's the way they actually share their feelings, what is going on in their brain. So this is my, so in group, what is the position? Is my position somebody, anybody, or what exactly? Okay, so that's the issue. This is the theme of mammal. Independence versus dependence conflict. Okay, so that's all about how to identify lack remedies. Now let's explore a little bit about some lack remedies. Okay, so I just want to ask Dr. Deepu how much time we have.
We have, but you can proceed. Yeah.
We have a little bit of time.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's explore some of the lack remedies, not all, because it's not possible to tell you everything, but yes, it's a glimpse of how to identify. So this is a remedy from elephant's milk, African elephant. It is called as LAC africana. Very, very high self-esteem, because the biggest animal on the earth is elephant. So very high self-esteem, extremely social. Have you seen this? Yesterday I was watching this movie called Hathi Mere Saathi, and I guess it is a, I don't know whether it is Tamilian movie, I guess, and which is dubbed in Hindi. So this movie had, I was just watching this movie and I was actually remembering Lac Loxodonta because I could see large herds of, elephants in the movie. So if you look at the elephants, you will see they have such huge size, and they are very, very powerful, and still they would live in big groups. Sometimes you will see 20, 25, 30 elephants all together. So they are very, very social and communicative to each other. Very big groups, though they don't want each other as such because they are so powerful, but still they would prefer staying in groups. So see how important group is. Love to do for others, very benevolent, loves to guide, and feeling of leadership as if everything is dependent on them is there. Physically also they are extremely powerful and strong, and responsibility is very strong. They are like aurum metallicum or sixth row remedies of periodic table. They are very dominating and authoritative, and very angry also. Okay, and if if someone keep irritating them, they will be really violent. Okay, so that is lac loxodonta. Then lac can is which milk, dog's milk. So lac can was, dogs were first to be domesticated because they have very strong need to please others. They can please easily. Okay, they live in herd, they live in group, they would hunt and stay together. Olfaction is a very important thing here, so they will have problems with olfaction in patients. Suppressed anger is there. They are dependent on master. A lot of people in first case were saying lac caninum because this lady was very humble, submissive, and things like that. So yes, lac caninum comes very, very close. The difference between lac caninum and lac deaf is that lac caninum people are submissive to the master for the food, and they would do everything to please others. That's not true with lac defloratum. Lac defloratum by nature is not able to express anger. Okay, and lac caninum is that they're always suppressed until they get irritated. Otherwise they would just express their anger and may bite someone. So there is need to please, need support, care from friends, group, and neglected feeling is there, fear of being rejected is there. So that is lack caninum or dog. About donkey, lack asinum, they feel stupid and worthless because since ages they are used like a stupid animal, but they are very very useful animal who is domesticated for our for our need. They feel worthless, they feel burdened because they were actually burdened. Often they are dismissed. There's passive aggression, feels unappreciated and disregarded despite their intelligence. So this is, I'm telling you, the donkeys, they are very intelligent animals. It's not that they are stupid. They feel stupid because they are submissive, but they are not actually. They are quite intelligent animal. Unappreciated, insulted feeling is generally you won't see donkeys retaliating. They are calm and prefer passive, being passive than confronting someone. Like this second case of mine, she said, I can't fight. I don't go and fight with people. I don't say no. Like equinum are horses, same from the same families of this donkeys and horses are from the same family, Equidae. But these are bigger animals, but still they have prey feeling. Okay, not the predator ones. So large prey feeling is there. There will be theme of dependence and independence. Performance is very very important for horses and not for donkeys. Performance is not important for them. Doing work, completing the task is more important. Here they will talk about appreciation more, power, strength, bigger challenges, and you will see very very high self-esteem in lac equinum, which is not there in donkeys. Desire to be best in every way, high self-esteem, very confident and target oriented people. They are like they're like urgentum people who are very good in business management and things like that. Or sometimes you will see a lot of creativity also in lac equinum. That's why you will see that there are derby races for of horses, and people would actually see their beauty, their performance, like that. So very high competition will be there. Like ovis is a sheep. They are totally defenseless, very meek, timid, easily dominated, taken advantage. Being meek is the feeling, meekest, easily go unnoticed. Okay, no defense strategy, totally defenseless, crowded. And in lack ovis specifically, you will see they don't have their own mind. They would do whatever others say. They can't think. In Hindi, there is this saying called bhed chal. It's like that. Bhed chal is you don't have your own mind. Whatever crowd is doing, you will do that. So same thing happens with lack ovis. Gripped, overwhelmed, and there will be strong fear of sharp things because they are used, and cut down and throttled and things like that. So there will be feeling of helplessness, gripped and overwhelmed. Like leoninum, if you look at the lion, this is the only cat living in the group. Others are loners basically. But this cat, in spite of being so powerful, independent and dominating and with a lot of strength, they would still live with their kids, their cubs. So only cat living in a group, need for company is there. They love group and followers of them. Charmingly bossy. They are very bossy, but very charmingly bossy. At times very aggressive. They are very good leaders with mothering quality. Okay, with strong maternal instinct, authoritative and good at getting work done by others. So lion is very competitive. They don't tolerate, they cannot tolerate contradiction. Powerful but very very lazy. They would just do things whenever they want out of laziness. Love to throw parties as they love group and attention. Very protective and confident. Okay, and like I said, lack equinum on the other hand possesses strong sense of duty. Okay, like aurum, but never go against the will of the master. They're honest, intelligent, and submissive. This is how you differentiate. In lack ovis, in sheep, it's sense of conform, highly irresolute about everything and go where the tide goes. not having a mind of their own. That is the main thing. Okay. In LAC OS, Dr. Massimo, there is this book by Dr. Massimo about mammals, where he clearly explains about LAC OS that they do not use their mind. Okay. They do not have their individuality. Their survival mechanism is camouflage with the group. So defenseless, naive, innocent. If you get such qualities, you can think about LAC OS. LAC humanum is a very important, group remedy in LACs, where you will see very strong sense of justice. They would fight for nation, fight for others. They would do something for the community. So the basic idea of LAC humanum is being selfish versus selfless. So they would constantly think whether I should do for myself, whether I should, think about me or think about all others, because this humanity part is there. Okay. And they will fight for others who are weak, or for people whom they think that, the people are taking advantage of them. So they will protect such people. So this is how you differentiate. So in LAC, other LACs also, there are little differences which will help you to actually choose the right LAC remedy for your cases. Okay. So keep learning and exploring different remedies. And if you want to learn more about, such group differences, how to identify remedies, how to take cases, how to approach a case, you can join our course, NEEF Foundation program, which we are going to start in the next week after 10 days. And it is starting on 15th of March. If you want to know more, you can write to me on email and also contact me directly on Instagram or Facebook. I hope you understood about cases, and you like this, LAC morning today. So if you have any doubts or questions about LAC remedies, you can ask me. Okay. Until then, you just type your answers, your questions, and I will tell you about this program. So we have started NEEF course for budding homeopaths, or for homeopaths who want to gain more confidence into practice. We all practice, or we all start, but we don't have that confidence. We don't feel confident enough to prescribe things, to choose potency, to take cases, to solve cases, and things like that. So if you want to do that, if you want to learn all these aspects of of repertorization, of case taking, of understanding sensation approach, repertorial approach, other approaches, mind approach, then you can join our course NEEF. NEEF basically means the foundation. So I invite all of you to join our course if you want to study well and gain more confidence. And thank you so much for where can you buy LAC remedies in India? Yes, so there are so many companies who makes LAC remedies. So common ones you will get with Schwabe and SPL. The rare ones you can get in St. George. And even if you don't get anything from St. George, you can call us or contact Asha Homeopathic Academy. We have the rare medicine bank only for doctors. We can supply you the LAC remedies. The rare ones, okay? Common ones you'll get in Schwabe and SPL, not a problem. So this is our email ID and contact details. Okay, so for group study, for group study, there is this book by Dr. Patil. I don't remember his full name. Dr. Patil from Pune. He has a book on, how to study group study in homeopathy. But if you want to study different groups, say if you want to study animals, if you want to study mammals and things like that, then you have to refer to different books. Like for plant kingdom, I would highly recommend the book by Dr. Rajan Shankaran, Insight into Plants. Beautiful book. You can get that book and read it. If you want to study, say, mammals, then there is this book by Dr. Ghanshyam Galatia, Mammals in Homeopathy. And second book, which I love, is Dr. Joshi's Mammals, Dr. Bhavisha and Sachendra Joshi. And also, there is this book by Massimo, but that is not available in India. That's the problem. But if you get the book by Massimo, that is also a good book. Then if you ask me about mineral kingdom, if you want to understand mineral kingdom and study about that, go to Jan Schalton's book, Homeopathy and Minerals, and then read Dr. Shankaran's Structure. It comes in 2 volumes and it has entire periodic table, and beautiful book, very easy to understand, very easy to read. And you can also go to my YouTube channel to understand this mineral kingdom. We have 5 or 6 webinar series which is put there. Okay. So group study by Dr. J.D. Patil. Okay. I'm not sure whether it is J.D. Patil or not, but it is Dr. Patil. I am not sure, Dr. Rajendra. So I will just make sure and then I'll let you know. Maybe you can email me about it. I will just look at the book. I have the book, but not right now. I have that in my clinic. I'll just look at the book and I'll confirm. I'm not sure about it. Yes, Beach and Catalog can be also referred for the group study. But that is very basic of group study. I'm telling you, you have to understand. And I'm telling you one more way to study the group. You just take 5 remedies of one group, okay, and study it well from minimum 5 different books, and then just write down the common themes you understood. This will be your own kind of group study. So if you take, say, if you want to study acid group of remedies, okay, take phosphoric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, arsenic and other acids, and just refer different books about that, about that group. And if you study 5 materia medicas of all the acids, you yourself will understand the basic themes of acids. Yes, for LAC remedies, please refer Dr. Ghanshyam Galatia's Mammals in Homeopathy and Dr. Joshi's book Mammals. The name of the book is Mammals. Dr. Ghanshyam Galatia's book is also a very nice, beautiful book. You can contact us for Dr. Ghanshyam Galatia's book or him directly, or for Joshi's book, you can go to their website. Dr. Joshi's clinic, I guess. So for any books, any queries on books and rare remedies, you can contact us on this email, ashahomeopathicacademy@gmail.com. We will tell you from where you can get that. Okay, we can help you in that. Or you can contact to us on the website, on Instagram, anywhere. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, IHMA, Dr. Deepu, Dr. Anupriya.
Wait, ma'am, wait. Uma?
Yeah. Today we have best session from you, ma'am, and a lot of thanks to you. We are accepting more sessions from you, and then I hope this session are helpful to all the participants. And thank you so much to all the doctors and students who are joining here today, on the behalf of IHMS. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a good day to everyone.